Okay, you guys, so this is me, Akina. You guys need to be careful in how you spend money right now. I know it's getting expensive out here. I just sent to the grocery store a little while ago and I spent $50, you guys, just on ground meat and scoops because I don't buy the taco kits. I buy, the ground meat and the seasoning and whatever chips we're gonna eat with it, right? I thought I picked up a bag of tortilla chips, but I ended up getting a bag of scoops, which is great. It's really made for like soups and taco meat. So I mean it all worked out. I'm not complaining about that. I picked up the thing of salsa, lettuce, some cheese, a can of Pringles, and one box of pies. $50, you guys. $50. This is from the grocery store. And then, of course, I had to send back to the grocery store because I needed more kitchen towels. I picked up two candles. What else did I get? Just some little household knickknack stuff, little fall decor. Nothing too expensive, everything inexpensive. Just kind of getting my home prepared for the fall, right? Because I normally put up the Christmas tree and I decorate my tree according to the holidays. This time here, my tree would have been up and I would have been decorating it with Halloween decor, my warm tone colors. I yesterday I had to send to get two pillows for the couch. Um, because I have like this fur type sofa, right? And I have these geometric pillows, right? And I picked up two little mint pillows to kind of tone out the house and everything in my kitchen. So, as you guys know, I moved into my home about maybe 2 months. Actually, um, tomorrow tomorrow or Saturday will make 2 months we've been here. So, when is the 30th? I think it's Sunday. So I wanted to just pick up some little knickknack things in the home just to kind of get things situated in my home. I am preparing for the fall and the winter here, and I already had, and I'm gonna show you guys what I have here on cam, just to show you guys like the little things that I buy in here or have bought before we moved. I actually got these when these were on sale. I'm gonna show you guys what they look like. Um, Turn my camera on and see if I can turn it around. Okay, so this is what I have, you guys. I have like two of these. This is one of them. So these are my little knickknacks, my little candy dishes. So I do plan on putting some candy in here. Halloween's coming up, so maybe put some peppermint, some candy in here, bite-sized candies, whatever. Um, these were actually something that I got on sale. I should have got the bigger one. There was a bigger one like this, but I ended up getting this, you guys. So I have two of these. I was tempted about sitting them out, but I did sit them out by my mirror that's on my desk, along with all of the little decor that will be going on my desk. I don't have any babies, so I don't really have to worry about anybody going there, breaking anything. Um, I do have to get my floating shelves put up. I do have to get those put up. I have my fall wreath that I have to put on my door. Um, I'm gonna get the kids to decorate the window panels. I have some garland for fall, some little window decor that I'm gonna put in the window just to kind of bring in the tone of everything in the house, just for the fall. So I ended up sending back to the grocery store, and that cost me like 40 something dollars. I'm just telling you guys to just be careful right now and how you're spending money. Only buy what you need. We should be able to decorate our homes a little bit, for the holidays. Um, I do the same thing for Christmas. I put up my little Christmas decor, little Christmas ornaments, little Christmas desk toppers. Just little festive holiday things. You once again, you just want to, and we only sent out to buy only what is needed in the home. And I just know right now I'm still getting things sorted in the house here. Um, Everything is decorated in here to the degree that I would like it for right now. You know, Next couple of months, go get hanging pictures. I do have to replace the table and chairs. I'll do that later. There is a table and chairs in here, but I want to bring in my own table and chairs. Um, just some other little knickknack things, to bring in here to kind of bring everything out. I do have to get curtains put up, and rugs, and I was contending on buying a vacuum cleaner today, and I said no, I'm just gonna wait and get the vacuum cleaner. I don't even have the rug. It's gonna take a couple of weeks before the rug gets here. And it's just kind of being careful on how you spend money. Of course, there's so many things that I need to buy and would like to buy in my home. But for right now, we have a bed, we have bedding, we have the basics to just get things going. It's going to take time, wall art and hanging pictures, shelves. It's going to take time. It's going to take time. And I had to remind myself, you just can't get everything at one time. You just have to start very small and just kind of build into what you need in your home, especially when you're moving in your home. So that's kind of where things are at right now, you guys. For me, I'm grateful we have furniture in here. It takes months for people to get furniture into their place. It took me maybe about a month and a half with the furniture. So my kid's bed is up. The furniture is in here. We have somewhere to sleep. We have somewhere to sit. We have somewhere to eat at. We're not completely without, we're not completely without. And right now, I'm just being very careful in how I spend money. I think where the most money I've spent is really in gas, with everything going on with gas. Yesterday, I had to take my daughter to school. That cost me $30 in gas. Her school is 10 minutes away from here. But for me to have to get in my car and drive her to her school, that cost me $30 worth of gas. Because I had to get on the interstate and then come back. And yeah, you can say $15 going, $15 coming back, even though it was only a 10-minute drive. And this morning, I thought I was going to have to bring her. But luckily, her bus came. I didn't have to go and get her or, take her. Um, and then, of course, I've been going to the bank. I've been going here. I've been going there. And it's just gas, 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 gas. So I think that's where the majority of my money has been going, is on gas. Just looking back at receipts, just what I'm putting in the tank and gas. Food, I wouldn't say I'm spending a whole lot of money on food right now. No, I think I think this week I've spent $100 on food. I think I did really good. I did send to the grocery store a couple of days ago before today, and I spent like $40, and then today I spent $40 on food. So I think I did really good. It was under $100, so that it's not an issue with the food. It's definitely with the gas. Definitely with the gas, you guys. Um, I know I put in the tank over $100 in gas. Yeah, You guys just need to be careful spending money. And why I didn't buy a taco kit, because for two taco kits it's like $10. I just got the taco seasoning in a big old bag of party scoops and seasoning, and it cost me less than $10. I think I spent like $2 on the taco seasoning, but you get a little bit more. You get a little bit. My kids, they like taco shells, but they prefer the soft shells than the hard shells. Me, I don't care. So I just went ahead and got the scoops, and they were on sale along with the seasoning, the salsa, and the beef. How much did I spend on the ground beef? Like $11. And I did not go to Walmart. I went to a black owned store. So with all of this going on with Trump and Argentina and all of this about wild horses, I personally called Apperson's up, which is a black owned store, predominantly black. Hey, is this horse meat? What is this? They're kind of like small and local compared to the big chain grocery stores that you guys are normally used to going to. So like Aldi's, Albertsons, High Neighbor, these are predominantly black stores, okay? Like Democratic stores. I just want to throw that out there. Hey, only time I go to Wally World is to get household cleaning supplies or something like that. I do not get meat out of Walmart. So, I just want you guys to know how expensive it's starting to get out here. No, not all of us are out here struggling and can't pay our bills. We're not all out here living from paycheck to paycheck, people. And if you're one of these people who are suffering right now and getting your bills paid, you need to do what I did. You need to write down. Look, I got this big old yellow notepad that I got from the store. I write down all of my bills. All of my bills, you guys. And the way how my bills are set up, because my rent is due towards the end of the month. I just paid rent. You guys. Next week, I have to pay $800 worth of bills on top of the rent that I have to pay, which is over $1,000. So that gives you guys an idea how much money that I'm actually spending. How much did I spend on household cleaning supplies for this house? $187 on household cleaning supplies. Tina, why so much? Well, I have two teenagers and I have a son. And when you have a family of four, because dishwashing liquid, yeah. I don't buy the little 99-cent bottles, you guys. No. I have to get the big jug. And I have a dishwashing liquid bottle. And when that bottle becomes empty, I refill the bottle over. Okay. And I do have a nice size bottle of dishwashing liquid. And I'm using some from last month that I'm still using, right? And I'm surprised it's still lasting until the end of the month. When this bottle runs out, I'm going to switch over to the next bottle. And when that runs out, then I'll start with the jug. So I've calculated in my mind that this dishwashing liquid should last me going into October. I run my dishwater. I put some dishwashing liquid in there, and I'm going to wave my hands around in it like I'm swimming, make some suds, get that water good and hot. There we go. Add a little tap of bleach. There we go. That's how you make things stretch. Bread. You guys, I have to buy loaves and loaves of bread here. I'm not a bread person, but my daughter and my son is. Like, We know today they're not going to be eating breads with tacos. If they could, they would, right? So they're going to, like, taco salad. I'm just letting you go. My original plan was beefy nachos, but some kind of way that didn't work out. I don't know. I must have forgot some ingredients like the diced tomatoes. Yes, that's what I forgot. The nacho cheese. So we're just gonna do a taco salad. No beefy nachos today. Okay. That would have been more ingredients, more money with the nacho cheese in the can. So I think I had the right plan, but it didn't go that way. But it's all good. It still worked out, right? I didn't get a tomato. I like tomatoes on my tacos. I didn't get that. Um, my daughter and I, we love tomatoes. I'm just letting you guys know you're just gonna have to be careful how you spend money right now. It's just getting expensive out here. No, not all of us are broken, struggling. Not all of us are out here living from paycheck to paycheck. I told you guys you're gonna need four incomes out here because one income, two income is not gonna work. When it comes to food and things like that, you guys, excuse me, my allergies have been up because it's been raining here and I've been getting wet getting my kids off the bus. So I do have allergy medicine that I have to take the weekend. It's kind of like I'm going to be resting the weekend. Um, I'm still on the clock for work. I just took off to do lunch break and to chop it up with you guys for a few. Um, I'm just letting you guys know how bad it's getting out here. And I tell my kids, look, don't be coming up in the store asking for nothing, because when I go in a store, my mind is made up on what I have to buy, and I'm simply going in there to simply buy what I buy. Um, I just want to know, how are you people making it with one income? What are you guys doing? What are you doing with one income? Like, how are you guys making it right now? Because one income is just not going to take care of you. One income is not going to take care of you. Two is not going to take care of you right now. For all of you people who are married and partnered, how are you still struggling with a mate who's working and you're working? Why are you guys broke? Why is it that there are single people out here doing better than you married and partner people? What's going on here? I need you guys to talk to me because I'm meeting so many people who are coupled. Like here, there's a couple here. The husband works, the wife gets a disability check. How in the hell are we not making it right now? And they're saying that they're having a hard time paying rent here. And you guys, the rent is not expensive here. Because where I live, the rent is like anywhere from $1,600 to $1,800 just for a 2-bed, 2-bath apartment. And I'm talking about in Baton Rouge and the Sherwood Forest area. And if you live in the Sherwood Forest area where me and my kids live, right, you would be considered middle class, upper class living. How are we not making it, you guys? What's going on here? What's going on? How are married and partnered people not making it right now? You guys have multiple streams of income coming in. What is going on here? Here I am single and I'm doing fine. I'm not gonna gloat and say I'm better than the next person. I'm not over here living like the Jones, right? I like nice things, but Akila ain't crazy when it comes to money. I just want to know what is going on here. Why am I meeting older boomers in the store complaining about items on the shelves? When I say items on the shelves, like I ran into this old boomer who was a non-black woman, and she was telling me about how much what was that on the shelf? Some lotion was, and she was like, "I'm not paying for this. You see how expensive this is?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And in my mind, I wanted to ask her, "Grandma, who did you vote for? Who did you vote for?" Oh, why are people out here struggling, you guys? What is going on? You guys need to get a notepad. You need to write down every bill you have and when it's due. If your rent is due on the 15th, write out how much your rent is, put next to it the 15th it's due. Your light bill is due on the 21st. You're going to write down cell phone bill 21st. Every bill that you have, you need to write it down. You guys, I have a notepad from January 2026 to what we're in August 2026. I've written down every bill that I have and when it's due. Me, I don't like doing partial payments on my bills. Why, Akina? Because eventually that debt builds up. And I know most of you, like, you go and you pay your light bill, right? You go and you pay the most that you can pay on it, right? If they tell you to put $210 down on your light bill, which is the max, put 230 down, because that debt is going to build up. I have these LED lights in my house, the ones you touch on the, like what you press on the wall with the batteries. Yeah, the dollar store sells those. I have one in my bedroom. My kids knocked the one off in the living room that I have to replace, and I put one in the bathroom. And Akina, why are you doing that? Because with all of these rolling blackouts, all of the rolling blackouts, you want to have multiple ways for light source. So this is why I keep candles in my home. Yes, I keep them in there for decoration, but I also put them in my home for light source. I keep matches on me, cigarette lighters on me, even though I don't smoke. I told you guys you're going to have to be creative with your meals. You're going to have to be creative with food. You're going to have to just be creative all across the board here, because we're coming into a point in time where it is just becoming unbearable to live. And I'm meeting so many people who cannot pay their rent. What is that chirping? It's not in here. It's something outside, like chirping, like something backing up chirping. I told you guys you're going to have to be creative. Stop buying name brand. You know, it's we're just coming into a point where I don't know how you guys are going to make it if you guys are not careful with money. You have to be careful in how you spend money. Only buy what you need, and that's it. Makina, that's no way to live. I'm sorry, you guys. 77 million of you voted for this here. I mean, let's just be clear. You guys voted for this because you didn't want the black lady with the weird laugh. And this is why we're here. Because y'all wanted to make America great again. And right now, it's not great again. It's never going to be great here. When you have a freaking con man in the White House, and it's only going to get worse. That's the part you guys don't understand. Nothing's going to get better from here. My kids, we want a snack. We want a snack. We have fruit at home. We have apple slices. We have peanut butter. Hey, that's a snack. That's a snack. I go and I buy the club crackers and the cheese in the can. Hey, that's a snack. Raisins, that's a snack. What, Keena? Your kids are just like eating like rabbits. No, I don't walk my kids into the grocery store and buy them candy. I don't we don't do candy in my house here. Well, what are you gonna do for Halloween? I make my kids up their Halloween bags with different snacks in there. We don't go from house to house trick or treating for safety reasons and religious reasons, and things like that. I do try to keep it, very festive, very fun, but there's a limitation to how I do things here in my house. You guys, like I said, you need to write down every bill that you have and how much those bills are for the whole entire month. I mean, every bill, even down to Netflix, Hulu, Walmart, whatever, whatever, whatever. You see what I'm saying? Every bill that you have, write it down, how much it costs, tax included, and when it's due. And when you look at, even down to how much gas you're spending in your vehicle for work, for school, whatever, whatever, write it down. I keep receipts for everything that I spend, you guys. And I want you to calculate how much your bills are and how much you're spending. And if you write everything down, and I want you to calculate how much you're bringing in income. Once you do that, bills that are not important, you need to let them go. Why do you need 5 subscriptions to watch TV? I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm thinking about going and go get some rabbit ears. I don't even know if they still make them. And I'm going to hook it up to the TV. Well, kid, what are you doing? I'm learning how to survive and reduce half of these bills. Shit. And yeah, I have a Roku stick in here. But a lot of these in-app services comes with subscription. Why do you need 5 subscriptions to watch TV? When we moved here, I canceled every subscription and started over and told my kids, look, we can only keep this particular app and this one, and that's it. So I think we have Paramount, we have Prime, and with my Roku stick, I can still watch Lifetime movies. So I canceled the Lifetime Movie Club app. Yep. Because even though those apps are like $3.99, $4.99, you do that times 12. That's how much you're paying for the whole entire year to watch these in-app subscriptions. You have to cancel a lot of this stuff, you guys. And same thing with your utility, your light bill. Hey, if you have a separate utility bill for lights, turn your lights off. Go to the dollar store, go to Walmart, and get those little touch lights and hook them on your wall. Use that. Because that's what we do. When my kids need to, do homework and lights are out, they use the little touch light at their desk to do their homework. So, because there's a limit, with my kids in homework, and when they come in, it's not like, oh, we're going to be all night doing homework. No, they have like 2 hours to do their homework after they bath and eat and stuff like that. Then we have family time. So you guys are going to have to limit what you're spending and what's going on here. And I teach my kids, look, if you can't buy it, don't touch it. You can't buy it, don't touch. Because it's just getting expensive out here. And I'm seeing people complain about money, the bills, and this and that. You guys need to be very careful right now in how you're spending money. Okay. You need to prioritize those bills. If you got to get a spreadsheet, print out some blank spreadsheets and use this for budgeting and balancing bills. You need to do that because sometimes Akina does that. Like if there's something at the store that I want online, I want it. But it's kind of like, hey, is that in your budget for today? Because you said you were only going to get this, and that. What is this, and that? And see, when you've been married and you have a husband like what I had in the past, and your husband gives you a $200 or $300 to go in the grocery store to get this, and that, and you have to bring him change. Oh yeah. When my ex-husband used to give me money, he would tell me what we needed in the house. I had to literally get just that and bring this man back the receipt and the change. He would then turn around and give me the change, and it's like, what is this? He would tell me this is your allowance or part of it. So that's kind of with me, you guys, on how to budget and balance money. I also told you guys you need $500 in savings. Why? Look around, look at the economy right now. You might need that $500 for food, for water, for gas, an emergency situation, rent. I mean, it's not a whole lot of money, but it's an emergency. It's emergency money. Really, it should be 1,000, but I know everybody's like having a hard time right now saving money. If you can't do 1,000, you definitely need to do 500. I don't know what that chirping sound is. It's really annoying. But like I said, you guys are gonna have to just. You're just gonna have to be careful in how you spend money. And I've been warned. Hey, Akina, be careful how you spend money, especially when you're coming into large amounts of money, or you have a very large income where you're used to seeing 2 and 3 bands in your checking account. You guys, I'm used to seeing 5K in my checking account. That's nothing. I'm used to bands in my savings account. I'm just telling you guys, and for the people who have 5K, 10K saved up, hey, you're doing good right now in this economy compared to other people. If you are single and you're out here making it on one income, you are a fucking hero. Okay? If you're married and you have 3 incomes rolling in with your husband and you and whatever else, you're doing good. It's not you, it's the economy. I'm single. And yeah, I have 4 incomes. I'm supposed to fucking work for me and a man. Why? Because I seemingly cannot find a man who's better at being a man than me. Yeah. That's sad. You guys, I think my ex-husband will be the last man that I've ever dealt with and will ever deal with. Who is the definition of a provider? Because when I look out at a lot of you guys as husbands and boyfriends, situationships and potentials, I don't see the hype. Why would I have a man in my house who can't do anything for me? Well, I'm not here to take care of your kids, Akita. My kids have their own income. Go ahead. Not every woman out here who has kids is after your money, men. Some of us are taking care of our kids and making our own money. You think my ex-husband built the Keena's Garden Healing? No, I built the Keena's Garden Healing with my own money. Only thing my ex-husband gave me was my damn last name back. And the vacation home. And the home in Ireland that I could have sold and made money off of. But I didn't sell either one of those properties because they were gifts for me and my children. You think my ex-husband got me this apartment? No, I got this apartment because I had to work very hard. Just like a lot of us out here, we have to work very hard to get what we want, to be successful. And that's what women like me have done. We don't sit around and wait on men or people to make that shit happen for us. If it's something that Akina wants, Akina's going to go and get it. I literally manifested this apartment. Even down to how much I'm willing to pay for it. Yeah. And since we've been here, opportunities have been just pouring in. I'm meeting all different types of people, you guys. I even helped, I even offered a guy, he was looking for a job. I told him about the company that I work for. You know, I'm always helping people and going out of my way for people, and they're looking out for me, and I'm still getting blessed. And like I said, you guys are just, and I may have to go on mute because I'm waiting on the rest of my order to come, and I think the driver is going to be here in a few. I'm just letting you guys know how bad it's getting out here. And I have not stepped foot in the mall here. As you guys know, there was a pew pew that happened here, right? With that young girl getting unalived here a few months ago. I'm not too far from the mall where that happened. And we have not set foot in the mall since that happened. My kids want to go in there so bad. Not because of that, because they actually want me to spend money. And I told them, hey, I don't mind us going to the mall, but there's going to be a limit on how much money is being spent because I need to get them winter clothing, right? I'm getting my home prepared for the winter. I'm letting my kids know you're getting your Christmas and birthday. I told my oldest daughter that, hey, you're getting Christmas and your birthday here soon. So if you get a gift or two under the tree, don't be upset about it. And she looked at me like, what is that supposed to mean? Exactly what it meant. What am I saying? My kids get Christmas all year round. We don't need a holiday Christmas. Plus, we don't do Christmas in my house. We don't do that. I may put up a tree and a little decor, but I don't go on out with this whole Christmas thing, you guys. What the hell is that? Like somebody's rattling. I know there's no kids here. Okay, let me see something. You guys, I need to open up my window. Oh, okay. I see what's going on. They're cleaning up around the property, you know. Because I was like, well, what the hell is that rattling on bars or something? You know? So the landscaper came here yesterday and did the yard, and Maintenance had to come and look at my toilet and replace something, and then I ended up turning around hiring him to come and put my kid's bed up. So paid him to come and do that. So that saved me a whole lot of money, getting him to do it for little or nothing. I paid him well and everything, and offered him something to eat and something to drink. So we're at a point, like I said, you guys are going to have to be careful, with money right now. And I told you guys this. I told you guys you needed to start stocking up on food and water and non-perishable foods. I mean, look how expensive things are getting. If you can get an upright deep freezer, like a chest freezer, you need to get one in your home. Why, Akina? For food storage. For food storage. To get meats in your freezer. Look at all the recalls that are happening right now. Something just popped up about jasmine rice being recalled. I don't use jasmine rice, but I do need to get more rice next week, or this week rather. I'm just telling you guys what you need to do. How much is your grocery bill, Akina? Oh, 500 to 600 a month. Yeah, that's meats, that's rice, that's vegetables, it's fruits. It's not junk, you guys. My kids will tell you our mom doesn't buy a lot of junk for us. We don't do sodas, we don't do candy in here. Um, we keep it very minimum with snacks. My idea of snacks are yogurt, fruit, cereal, not cereal bars, Rice Krispie treats, cheese and crackers, pretzels, popcorn. Every now and then we may do chips or cookies or pies, but not, I don't even do cake in here. Only time I do baking is around the holidays. And it's very, very limited on that because I don't really eat all of this stuff anymore like I used to. Um, so, like I said, you guys are going to need to just really, really monitor what you're spending. Like my kids are not here; they're at school. They're probably eating lunch around this time here. I think they eat lunch between 11 and 12. It's like after 12. My oldest daughter will be in here around like 3, and then my two youngest will be in here. Well, they get out early, so like around 3:30. 3:30 to 3:40, they're in here. They get in here, they bathe, they do their, well, they don't have homework today. Um, they get their lessons out the way. If they have homework to do, they eat. That's it. I've already cooked supper, whatever they're gonna eat. I've already cooked that. So that's done, that's over with. They can enjoy the weekend. I can enjoy the weekend, right? I'm just, like I said, letting you guys know how tight you're gonna have to be, and really, really monitor what you're spending. And I mean that. because it's just getting bad out here, and I'm so tired of you guys like suffering. Like I'm just so tired. I mean, food banks are gonna be an option. It's gonna be an option, you guys. Food banks. Um, oh, food pantries. We have those types of services around here, but they're very, very limited for certain types of people. And I am not one of these people who will utilize those resources and I don't need them. I don't need those resources. But if it's offered to me, I will take it and give it to the next person. That's what I do with resources that are given to me or anything that's given to me. I pass it along to the next family who needs that. Hold on. Like this.